simply pure luxury fragrance du bois. Fragrance Du Bois is a company that craft luxury, high-end niche fragrances. They've been around for a few years, but I've only recently discovered them. Whilst I was in Milan, I had the opportunity to smell the entire range and I was really impressed. I will be talking about one of those fragrances in this video. It is Oud Jaune Intense. But before I do that, I'm going to show you an interview I did with one of the company owners, Johnny, whilst I was in Milan. So, here's Johnny. I've got the great pleasure to be joined by Johnny from the house Fragrance Du Bois. How are you doing, Johnny?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you. Really good to meet you. Thanks for inviting me here.
No problem.
So we've gone around all your fragrances. I've smelled them. I wasn't so familiar with the house. I feel like I'm much more familiar now. I've really enjoyed everything I've tried.
Thank you.
Could you talk to me about how the line and how the house came about?
Well, we started developing fragrances around 2012, 2013 in Asia. We partner with a plantation company, so we grow all our own agarwood trees and distill all our own oud oil. We kind of employ a vertical integrated business model where we can plant our seed for our agarwood tree, watch it grow, harvest it, distill it, take the oil, put it in our fragrances. So we have provenance from start to finish. So we know all our fragrances use all our own ouds, so they're all pure, there's nothing added, nothing taken away.
And you know exactly specifically where that oud is coming from, don't you? Yeah.
To a GPS coordinate to the tree, where the tree was planted and grown.
Wow, that's...
Yeah, as a sustainable product, you know, we have to be accountable for that, and rightly so, as well as in a few years' time, when the black market oud's all gone, it'll only be sustainable plantations where that will be a viable source for decent oil. So yeah, we're very lucky in that sense.
Yeah, so this is oud not obtained from the wild because you can't do that. Yeah. So specific plantations for oud, and that just will give you, like you say, the sustainability of that oud
and
oil.
The legality of the whole process. So. But we can, as we control our own oud as well, the quality is extremely high, and it shows in our fragrances.
And it's important for you not to use synthetic oud, which a lot of...
No, we could never use synthetic ouds in our products, and we would never even dream of doing so. It's completely counter to our proposition. As I was explaining to you earlier, you know, our oud changes the fragrance in your skin so much, your body chemistry almost makes it a bespoke fragrance. Right. They smell the same on a tester strip. You put it on your skin, 20 minutes later, an hour later, 2 hours later, the notes have changed, you know.
Specific to your skin chemistry,
on your body chemistry. So, you know, it's almost like a bespoke fragrance in a bottle. So, because it will change so dramatically with and work so well with your own body chemistry, that it will stay on there for hours. It gives it longevity, but also it gives it your own twist, if you like. So
which is lovely, isn't it, that you can buy one of these fragrances, wear it, and it might not smell the same as somebody else standing next to you wearing that fragrance.
You can pretty much guarantee it will smell different to the person standing next to you. So, you know, you've got your own signature fragrance in a bottle. Yeah. You know, it's it really does change that radically. But yeah, so
I love that aspect of it. What year did you start? Did you release your first fragrance?
I think the first fragrances were 2014. Yeah, 2014. The first range of Shades Du Bois came up.
Yeah.
Which was,
so relatively new house then.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we're at that point now where we've kind of got our ducks in a row and we're ready to. Well, we have pushed out and we've conquered some good markets recently, and we're now in Selfridges in London, Manchester and Birmingham. We've been doing some great deals this week at Essence, so hopefully it will be more readily available across all territories very soon. So, but we weren't ready to do that until we were absolutely 100% sure of our model and our distribution and our products and the way that they'll be marketed and sold. So, you know, you can only launch once, they say.
So you had the original line that you launched. You started launching in 2014. What's the name of that line?
That was the Shades Du Bois.
Shades Du Bois.
And it included 2 Privé fragrances at that point, which was the Noir Intense and the Sahar Oud. We quickly added London to that stable, and then in the last...
Those three are amazing, by the way. I've just smelled all of those, because I wasn't really familiar with this house until coming here today, and I've had a smell just on paper, but I can tell the quality of them is fantastic. You know, natural ingredients, and the three that you just mentioned, I think are amazing fragrances.
Very complex. But you know, still light. The London still has that peppermint note to it, so it's still light and good. You could wear it during the day, no problem at all.
It's a nice, refreshing scent, that one.
And then we added some more to the range. We had the Parisian, the Heritage, and the Amber.
I love the Amber Intense as well. I getting to enjoy amber in fragrances, and the Amber Intense is one of the best amber fragrances that I've smelt. So if you're thinking of, if you like amber, then Amber Intense might be one for you to try as well.
Thank you. And we have another range. It's
just behind us.
We kind of started calling it the non-oud range, but that doesn't do it justice, because they stand alone on their own. They have a depth and a quality which matches our oud fragrances. I mean, not everybody loves oud, unfortunately, but they work great on their own, but you can also layer them as well. So we're very happy with this. These are all created by Francois Melbedon, a 5th generation grass perfumer, who we love working with because he's so experienced and can create such complex fragrances that sometimes initially they're quite simple, but then the depth comes through, and you know, it's
so they develop nicely.
Definitely, they develop well on the skin. For sure.
Good. So I mean, I feel from my time on social media that there's a good love for Fragrance Du Bois in the UK, but also I think maybe a lot of you out there haven't discovered the house, so I hope this video helps you to learn a bit more about the brand. If people would like to, we've already mentioned some places, if people would like to buy the fragrances, are samples available?
Yes. Samples are always available, and you can get those online and in store at Javoy, and the full range is carried at Selfridges in London, Birmingham and Manchester in the UK. Okay. So lots of places to go and buy.
So if you'd like to sample, or if you'd like to go and have a sniff, which I urge you to do, because I think you'll be pretty wowed by the line, then you know where to go to do that. So I hope that's given you some information about the house. It's been a pleasure for me to learn about them. Thanks for taking the time to have me here. Lovely to meet you, Johnny.
My pleasure.
So let me know if you know this house, if you're familiar with the house. Do you have a favourite? Leave some comments down below. It'd be great to hear from you. It was great to meet Johnny and Nicola. They were good enough to show me the whole range of fragrances that they offer. I tried all of them. Oud Jaune Intense was definitely one of my favourites that I smelled on the day, and they were kind enough to gift me a bottle of that. They didn't ask me to make a video or do a review. I've decided to do that because I really enjoy it and I wanted to tell you about it. So it was great to speak to Johnny and find out more about their company and the concepts behind their fragrances, and what I found particularly interesting, I'm sure you did too, was how they source their sustainable oud. The fragrance I'm going to be talking about for the rest of the video is called Oud Jaune Intense. This is a fruity floral oriental. That's harder to say than you'd think. By the way, it came out in 2013. Let's look at the notes. We have ylang ylang, pineapple, fruity notes, Tahitian gardenia, jasmine, orange blossom, amyl salicylate, oud, vanilla and musk. The word I'm going to use to describe this fragrance before I start talking about anything else is sensual, and I'll probably use the word quite a lot in this video. It really is one of the smoothest, most sensual fragrances I've ever smelled. Absolutely beautiful. It opens with the bright, sensual floral facets of ylang ylang and gardenia, and it has this really inviting, sweet, indolic creaminess. Wherever I've sprayed this on my skin, I just want to keep smelling it all day. Linking the head to the heart are some fruity notes, most notably a creamy pineapple, so think pina colada. And then in the heart we've got more sensual white florals. We've got jasmine and orange blossom. The jasmine for me is probably the most prominent note in this fragrance, so you get that lovely sweet fullness that jasmine gives you, but you've also got those fruity accords mixed in as well. In the base we've got the oud, which is being used to add a fullness and a richness to the overall composition. It's really teasing out the best of all the other notes rather than being used for its own odour, because I don't really detect anything too oudy or animalic here. After a couple of hours, I started to detect the vanilla and the musks in the base, which to me seemed to add some structure and backbone to the fragrance, to ground it a little bit, to stop the florals from completely running away with it. It's pretty full on, it's carnal, it's sensual, it's rich, and as the name suggests, intense. It's versatile enough to wear year round. I think it's strong enough to really pierce through that winter cold, but at the same time, to me, it conjures images of sitting on a white sandy beach somewhere tropical, drinking a fruity, creamy cocktail, so definitely would work in the summer too. Also versatile in terms of occasions to wear this. You could easily wear it as a day scent, I have done, but I think it would excel as an evening type scent, special occasion scent, or even better, a date night scent. To me, it's definitely unisex, but bear in mind there are no bold Hesperidic citrus notes here, no sharp leather or spices or really oudi animalic wood, so some guys may find it a little too floral, a little too feminine for their tastes, so I would recommend sample first if you can. Let's talk about the price of this one and where you can buy it from. I know that you can definitely pick it up in Jovoy Mayfair in London, and you can also buy this one in Selfridges or on Selfridges' website. If you're wondering where else in the world may sell this somewhere nearer to you, then I will leave a link to the Fragrance Du Bois website in the description. You can go on there and find out if there's anywhere near you that sells this. So the price in Selfridges is $295 for 50ml, $495 for 100ml. Expensive, yes, but you have to understand this contains some of the highest grade materials. We've got gardenia, we've got oud, we've got jasmine, all very expensive materials. In fact, more expensive than gold, so that is reflected in the price of this. Another thing to think about, because of the high grade natural materials in here, fragrances like this are almost impossible to clone. So if you're wearing this, you are going to be smelling pretty unique. Oud Jaune Intense is an absolutely stunning scent. It's pure luxury fragrance. Simple as that. So that brings this video to a close. I would love to hear from you if you're familiar with this house. Do you own any? Which is your favourite? Leave some comments down below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and remember, keep tuning into FM and keep smelling good.